Welcome to the Latin American Caribbean Trade Council in India, shortly called as LACTC. The LACTC had many initiatives with Cuba in India and had opened the trade desks in Kerala. These were the initiatives of the Ambassador of Cuba in India, His Excellency Alejandro Pajero, and his team in New Delhi. The Cuban initiatives have been very active to collaborate on India-Cuba partnerships in trade and commerce. Economic diplomacy has been the core in these relations. The delegation from the Indian Economic Trade Organization, also called IETO, visited Cuba with a business trade delegation and explored partnerships in pharma, agriculture, IT, education, medical courses, among others. This was a part of their travel to FIHAV in Havana, Cuba, where there are more than 50 countries participating, and FIHAV is one of the largest conference expos held in Latin American region. The National Day of Cuba was celebrated very grandly, and the Ambassador of Cuba, His Excellency Alejandro Pajero, and his deputy Abel de Spain made a strong impact during this event. The chief of the event was the Minister of External Affairs in India, Mrs. Meenakshi Lekhi, and she was glad to address the gathering along with the daughter of the Cuban leader Che Guevara, Miss Aleida Guevara. She was a special guest at the National Day. Speeches were made by Miss Aleida Guevara, Alejandro Pajero, Dr. Asif Iqbal, President of the Indian Economic Trade Organization. Ambassadors of Jamaica, Argentina, Peru, Paraguay, Guatemala, Laos, Kazakhstan, Zimbabwe, Gabon, Chile, Colombia, Brazil, Suriname, Trinidad-Tobago, the Dean of the Latin American Diplomats, and Ambassador of Uruguay. The evening was loaded with Cuban culture and cigars, with rum brought specially from Cuba. A dance troupe was also brought from Cuba for this purpose. The work of the Latin American Caribbean Trade Council is supported by Han Anil Kumar from Kerala, who also has operations in the UAE. He is the Goodwill Ambassador for the Latin American Caribbean Trade Council, and he is present in the UAE and the Middle East. He has been contributing a lot to the Indian and Latin American relations. Thank you, and we invite you to explore the Latin American Caribbean Trade Council.